Hey, here we go. First of all, I want to talk to good morning everybody. First of all, I want to talk to you if you're just clicking this video on YouTube randomly and you're looking for some yoga to do. This is weird for like 5 minutes, and then we get on the mat and we do some really amazing, fun, efficient, effective yoga. So I hope you'll join me for that practice. All right. So, but because the reason why I'm telling you that is because it is an awkward start if you're not watching this live. So, good morning to you all. This is taking place on a Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Denver Bronco time. Okay. So, good morning, Terry, and good morning, Mom. Kelly, good morning, everyone. Hope you all put in your meditation Barbie orders. Yes, it's going to be the hot product this year. The hot product this year. I hope it is. Now, if you tuned in yesterday, I got a Barbie, and it's a meditation Barbie. It's also more articulated than a Barbie. It can like do yoga. It's really cool, and I love the fact that the yoga lifestyle is becoming much more and more common. It's in culture in really strange places. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and she loves her Nintendo Switch, as do I. And she got from her uncle. She got Luigi's Mansion, and the game is just so fun. It was like really delightful to watch my daughter play it. I don't want to go into all of it, but there is a level of the game that takes place in a yoga studio, and I can't believe it. Like it's in a Mario Nintendo game. Yoga is seeping into culture everywhere. So what I hope to do is encourage people that may not consider yoga or may not like yoga to give it a try, because it's an amazing practice. But I know you're chomping at the bit. I know what you want. Like, we're done with you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Barbie. Good morning, Barbie. As you can see, she's really sitting in a beautiful Sukhasana position. And she's definitely got nice open hips because those knees can rest nicely on the floor. She's got a beautiful posture. Look at this nice upright posture. And great shine to her hair. So obviously she's getting in her omega-3 essential oils and so forth. But that's not important. Here's what's important. Good morning, JR. What's important is that every day she's here to deliver a short guided meditation. And again, I'm just goofing around here, guys, but I was thinking about how a child that has this Barbie might have the impression, hopefully, that like, this is normal. It's normal to sit and just be quiet and breathe, right? Good morning, Brandon. How are you, dude? So here we go. Barbie, can you guide our students through a short meditation today? And this is where everybody closes their eyes. You're at home under quarantine, but this is an honor system. Close your eyes. Okay, here we go.
Take a deep breath in like you are smelling a beautiful flower. Now breathe out. Breathe in, then breathe out. Breathe in, then breathe out.
We did it. We did it. That was easy. That was easy. That was it. That was the Barbie Meditation Challenge, day 2. And if you guys want to tune out now, I guess go ahead, because it's probably downhill from here. But it's wonderful to be with you guys today. And yeah, when we get on the mat here in a minute, I'm gonna be reminding you to breathe. And your first instinct is gonna be to think of Barbie, like, just breathe, right? But it's the biggest cliche in yoga. Take a deep breath. And because the more we practice it, the more we're doing it, the more we're calming the central nervous system, the more we're having profound effect on every cell in our body simply by providing a little bit more oxygen, a little bit more clarity, and a nice pause in our reactive thinking. So hope you guys are ready for some fun practice. We're going to go through basically the Prism primary series, which is based on the Ashtanga primary series. So without further ado, let's have some fun today, shall we? All right. Step onto your mat, point your toes straight forward, look down at your feet. Take a deep breath. Barbie's got it going on, man. Take a deep breath. Open up your hands, wiggle your fingers. Look at your forearms. See all those muscles popping and moving in your forearms just by moving your hands? So what we're trying to do is, through our practice, use our feet in this type of a way where they get to splay and spread and move because they're confined to shoes so much. So take your left foot, slide it back, flip the toes over, and press down into the top of your foot. Lift your left thigh into the air. Pull your groin back and lift your heart up. Take a moment to just straighten your left leg, even if it's not parallel to the floor, okay? Just as high as you can without leaning back. Now bend your knee and slowly pull your heel to your butt. Reach back with your right hand and grab your left foot. Pull your heel to your tailbone. Place your hand on a wall, a chair, or a table if you need the help with the balance. So as we go through the practice today, hinge forward if you can. Place your left palm on your knee and lift your left knee up. As we go through the primary series, I'm going to offer you guys a basic position or a simpler position, an easier position, and a little bit more harder, more complex one. Lift your left knee back into the air and grab your shin, stick out your butt, press your chest to your shirt. Nice tall posture, really driving the right foot into the floor like you want to leave a good footprint on the floor if there was ink on your foot. Now step your left foot back. Point your toes forward if you can. Turn your heel down if you need to. Turn your palms forward. Bow, bend the right knee. And push back, reach over the crown of your head and connect your thumbs in a place where you can't see them. Right here over the button of my baseball cap I'm wearing. Now reach back as you push forward. And push back as you reach forward. Lift those glutes, open the hands. One more time, float the arms back. Look down at the floor. And as your arms come forward and you push back, remember you're trying to keep your arms out of your peripheral vision. Now really try to lift your glutes and slide your mat forward with your right foot. And straighten the left leg. Rise up, step forward, connect the palms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. Back to the right, exhale. Inhale up. And exhale to the right. Pressure in your palms, lean to your left foot, lift your right heel, lift your foot entirely if you can. And release. Plant your right foot. Lower your arms. Let's do the other side. Slide your right foot back, flip your toes over, press down into that big toe joint. And your results are all going to be different. I know that JR is with us here today, and he really struggles with that range of motion in the hallux joint. So this is why we're always talking about how important the feet are in our yoga practice. They're just not something that we stand on. It's something that we work on, something that we're aware of. Lift your right thigh into the air. Point your foot down, pull your groin back. So right now I'm pointing my right foot at the floor that you can see. And then I'm going to just try to keep my thigh as parallel to the floor as I can as I straighten my leg. And if it lowers, I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna try to lean back to hold my leg up higher. I just want to point my right big toe and lift it without leaning backwards. Bend your knee and reach back with your left hand and capture your foot. Pull your heel towards your tailbone. You got your right hand free to hold on to something if you need to. And if you're already struggling with balance just to stand on one leg, please know that's really normal. Just place a hand on a wall. But if you're starting to strengthen and build better stability in those stabilizing muscles, you can hinge forward and place right palm on left knee and lift right knee. Rise back up and grab your shin. Don't grab your foot, grab the bottom of your shin and hold the top of your shin with your right hand and lift your shin away from the floor while you stick your butt out. Step your right foot back, heel down if necessary, point right toes forward if you can, please. Turn your palms forward and bow, bend the left knee. As you straighten the left leg, the right knee bends, reach forward. You're trying to connect your thumbs over the crown of your head where you can't see them. Reach back as you push forward and push back, reach forward, connect your thumbs over your head. The purpose of this is to sharpen our proprioception, our awareness of body and space. Reach back and push forward and push back and reach forward. Pause here to lift those hands a little higher like you're dropping microphones and straighten the right leg as you rise, step forward, connect your palms, take a deep breath in. Exhale left, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Relax your arms as you rise, and as you lean to the left one more time, press the palms together like you're crushing an egg in your hands. Lean to your right and lift your left thigh. Or just lift your left heel, or keep both heels on the floor and just lean slightly to the right. Come back up to center and release. Step your feet nice and wide. Squat down, reach forward. Rise up. Exhale, squat down, reach forward. Rise up. One more time, squat, reach. Lift your heels. Now push down into your big toes like you're holding playing cards down under your big toes. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling, and slowly, slowly, slowly rise up. Lower the heels, lower the hands to the outside of the knees, and try to squeeze your knees together while you try to push your hands apart with your legs. And then wedge your elbows inside your knees and try to squeeze your elbows together and try to push your knees apart. And release. Plant your hands, step back, lower your chest all the way to the floor. All the way, guys. Don't stop at chaturanga. And then push back up. Press back into down dog or crouching cat. Just breathe. Lift your heels, inhale. Press your heels down, breathe out. Lower your knees, breathe in. Pull your hips back, press down into your palms, breathe out. Inhale to plank. You can leave your knees on the floor if you need to. Lift them if you can. Bend your elbows, touch your chest all the way to the floor. Push up, press back, down dog or crouching cat. Crouching cat is down dog with your knees slightly bent, and you're actively trying to push the very top of your thighs away from the top of your mat with your hands. Lift your heels, breathe in. Press your heels down, breathe out. Lower the knees, breathe in. Pull your hips back, rest your head, push into your palms. Spring forward to plank, knees can lift or stay down. Exhale, chest to the floor. Push up, press back, down dog or crouching cat. One more time, lift the heels. Press them down slowly. Lower the knees, hips back, lower the head, push into the hands. Spring to plank, chest to the floor, push and press. Lift your right leg up, step forward, pause. So just those movements there, that flexion pattern, it can start to complicate the breath. let's say it that way. And it's even more so for me because I have to talk the whole time. So press the chest forward and push your butt back. Straighten your right leg, bend your left knee, maybe. Play around with that. Come forward, reach up with your right hand, twist to the right. Exhale, turn to the left. Left hand on the side of your head. Leave your right hand on the floor right underneath your chest. Twist your chest to the left and notice if you lifted your left elbow. Don't try to look at the ceiling, look at the wall to the left. Reach down, turn back to the top of your mat, point all toes forward, reach both hands up high, pull the elbows down, tighten the belly, turn to your left. Excuse me, you're right. You're right. Reach up, breathe in, plant your hands, step back, touch your chest to the floor, push and press. Dang it, I messed up. Yeah. Left leg lifts, exhale, step forward. So I'm trying to keep track of my mistakes, but all this is live. Press your chest forward, and then push slowly back, left leg straight, and right knee can bend, or it can be straight as well, and your left leg does not have to be straight as an arrow. It's as straight as you can get it today, Wednesday morning. Now lunge into your left knee, reach your left hand up. Exhale, turn to your right. Right hand to the side of your head. Pull your collarbones over your left fingers on the floor. In other words, try to lengthen and press your chest against your shirt, and then twist to your right. That means you're looking at the world sideways with your elbow close to your nose, not moving away from it. Turn back to the top of your mat. Reach both hands up. Pull the elbows down, tighten the belly, and turn to your left. Reach up, face forward, plant your hands. Step back, lower your chest, push up, and press back. So if this is your first time practicing with me, you'll notice I'm skipping up dog. Please do those if you like. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push back, right leg straight as much as you can. Come forward, lunge into the knee again. Reach your right hand up, twist to the right. Exhale, turn to your left. Left hand to the side of your head. Twist to your left. Reach down, turn back to the top of your mat. Reach both hands up. Elbows down, forearms back. Tighten the belly, lift the back heel, turn to the right. Reach up, face forward. Plant your hands, step back. Touch your chest to the floor, push and press, left leg lifts. Step between your thumbs, inhale your chest forward. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, lunge forward again, reach up with your left hand. Exhale, turn to the right. Right hand to the side of your head, twist to the right. Reach down, turn back to the front. Reach both hands up. Cactus the arms and twist to your left. Reach up, face forward. Exhale, plant your hands. If these moves are new to you, it's hard to keep up with. Lower your chest, push, and press. I know, and that's why we typically always follow this pattern. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push back. Come forward, reach up with your right hand. Exhale, twist to your left. Left hand to the side of the head. And turn the chest to the back of the room. Reach down, turn back to the top of your mat. Reach both hands up. Cactus the arms, turn to the right. Reach up, breathe in, plant your hands. Step back, chest to the floor. Push and press. Last one, guys, left leg lifts. Step through. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push back. Lunge into your left knee. Reach your left hand for the ceiling. Turn to your right. Right hand to the side of your head and twist to your right. Reach down, turn back to the top of your mat to the left. Reach both hands up. Cactus the arms. Turn to the left. Reach up, breathe in. Plant your hands. Step back. Do one more push up. This is last call for push-ups, so you can throw in a few extras if you like. Sit to your heels and rest your palms on your thighs. Take a moment to slow your heart rate down. And like I said, if you're watching this video and this practice is sort of new to you, all that felt very fast and very complicated. And if you stick with it and understand that it is choreographed in a way to be as effective as possible to warming the body and creating good range of motion through all of your joints to prepare you for a practice, I hope you'll indulge the time it'll take to get better at learning that pattern. That's why it's a modified, modern salutation, and I can hear my daughter out there. I wonder if we're going to get an appearance from Tiny Diamond today. All right, everybody. One more deep breath. And let's do this. I want you to step your left foot forward and then turn to your right, stand up. So we're going to switch cameras here so that we can see that so much of this practice. So if you've got you know what would help me, guys, is if you leave me a comment at some point before the class is over and let me know what you're watching this on. Is it a mobile phone? Is it a computer? Is it a TV? Because I try to coordinate the practice and the movement so that you don't have to always look from a weird angle to see what I'm doing on screen. So a lot of this is going to be facing this direction. So hopefully if you put your phone, your computer, your TV in front of a long edge, that'll really serve you today. Turn your right foot out. Bend your right knee. Reach your hands apart. Flip your palms up. If you look to your right, you can see your palm. We're not trying to reach behind us. We're not trying to hug somebody standing behind us. What I want you to do is just look to your right and left and make sure you can gaze down into each palm, palms up. Then just center your head so you're looking in the same direction as your chest is facing. And close your eyes. And then feel where the weight of your body is in your feet. Because my guess would be you probably have more weight in the front of your right foot than you do in the heel. So imagine trying to hold your mat down with your right foot. If somebody was going to grab a corner of it and try to slide your mat out from under you. Feel that engagement in your right, back of your right leg. So you sort of ignite that hamstring along with the quad and the hip flexor that are holding your knee in place. Now focus on the left foot for a moment. You can feel the weight sort of rocking forward to the front of the foot and then back into the heel. So try to smooth that out. Again, the metaphor I always use is imagine you had ink on the bottom of your feet. Try to leave good footprints. So put some weight into every little bit of every area of the bottom of your foot. And release. Go ahead and lower your arms. Straighten your right leg. I like to use my thumbs. There's something about touching the thumbs or touching my thumbs to my body that it feels like it helps me guide. And I probably do that because when I do have students, I try to never actually touch them with my hands. It's not a virus spreading thing and it's not a groping thing. I just want everyone to really feel for themselves rather than grabbing on and pulling or pushing somebody, trying to guide them as gently as possible. So I often have my thumbs on my own hips just to remind myself what that feels like. And then pull the collarbones forward. Now, place the back of your right hand on the inside of your knee or the inside of your calf, anywhere between the inside of your knee and the floor. You can also stack your hand on a shin, and you can also hold a block next to your right foot. Reach up with your left hand. And let's focus on a couple of things that people typically don't. One, you're trying to tighten your left side body here and straighten your right leg because that increases the tension. Tension is an active stretch. You can also think about putting your right big toe on the floor. A lot of times it lifts or it's doing nothing. It's just sort of neutral. But keep thinking about wherever the top of your mat is or where your right foot is pointing in this instance. Pull your right hip away from that. And then slowly bend the knee so you can push harder into the heel and rise up. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. We're going to do those same two poses, and this practice is designed to put poses into effective clusters, usually just 2 or 3 poses. Point your left toes out and flip the palms, bend the left knee, and we're in Warrior 2. So as soon as we bend the knee and we start to lunge, the weight goes into the forefoot typically. Now, your experience could be different based on any injury in your knee, your foot, or maybe even your hip is tight. But take a moment to close your eyes. And instead of this dogmatic approach of turning your head to look over your front hand, just keep your neck neutral. That means your ears are over your shoulders and your eyes are facing the same direction as the chest. Feel the bottom of your feet. This is one of my favorite moments in my practice. It's just Warrior 2, eyes closed. Feeling my feet, feeling that gentle sway and how muscles respond rather than react to try to hold me gently in place even though a stiff breeze would move me. Straighten the left leg. And however you want to think about tilting those pelvis. But if the pelvis were a bowl, and you typically think about spilling, from the nozzle forward, this is almost like you're trying to tilt beer, let's say, from a pitcher from the side rather than from the spout. So keep that right side body short, and then place the back of your hand on the inside of your leg, anywhere between the knee and the floor, or place your hand on your shin or a block and reach your right hand up. It doesn't matter how close your heart is to the floor or if your left hand is on the floor. I'm always actively thinking about reaching up, in this case with the right hand, and then trying to pull my right hip up to where my hand is reaching. So keep that right side body tight. And then to help keep the left knee unlocked, try to think about getting your left big toe on the floor with just a little bit more pressure. Now take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to turn to the left foot and plant both hands on either side of it and step back into a plank. Slowly lower your chest to the floor and slide the hands forward. Push into the palms, lift your chest and chin so you can see your thumbs on the floor. And we're going to lift the left hand, push into the left knee and the right palm, and then lift the right leg. We're trying to get our groin off the floor here. Push down into the left knee and the right palm. And release. Slide your hands stacked underneath your left ear so you're looking to the right. Take a deep breath in. Thank you, Barbie, for that reminder. So if a young girl, let's say a 4-year-old girl, gets a meditation Barbie, and Barbie tells her to Take a deep breath. I am all about it. I'm fully in support. Reach forward, press down into the palms, look at your thumbs. Let's do the other side. First thing that we're going to do is lift right palm. Now, push into your right knee and lift the left leg. Push into the left hand. Point the left big toe. But try to push into left palm and right knee to get your groin and hip bones off the floor. And then slowly release. Stack your hands like pancakes, and your right ear is the butter. Deep breath. It truly is, in every literal sense of the word, the elixir of life. Oxygen, just like a flame, is the fuel we burn. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Pull your groin off the floor and grab your mat. And push your chest off the floor. As you press back, bend your knees. And remember, guys, we're just trying to avoid peeling the belly off the floor. So if you want to go all the way back down, belly to the floor, this is why I'm not a fan of upward facing dog. If we press the arms straight and press the groin into the floor, it's a lot of pressure on the low back, and it also presses the hip bones into the floor. The butt squeezes, and then the hip bones are pulled back to the sacrum. So I mention that because we want to make sure that even if we have a difficulty in developing the upper body strength to do a proper push-up, we can leave the knees down as leverage, get the groin off the floor first, and then when we press with the knees down, we're pressing a lot less weight. Then you do that as many times as you need to for the rest of your life, until if and when you want to take those knees off of the floor and try to do a push-up without peeling your belly off the floor. So we're back in crouching cat or downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, take a deep breath, and step forward. Lower your left knee down into a knight's position. All right, first we're gonna twist. So are we on the long side? Yeah. So I want you to take your left hand, place it on the mat, lift your left knee up, and then rise up into a crescent lunge. Hands reach for the ceiling, pressure in your palms, open your fingers so that from the side, it looks like a number 5. Press the palms together and feel the engagement in the muscles in your arms and how your arms come into your shoulders and into your back. Bring your hands down to your chest, thumbs at the sternum, lean forward, turn to the right. If you want, bend the left knee and lift the left heel. Feels like you're trying to slide your left foot forward while you hold your mat down with your right foot. Untwist. Stack your hands on your right shin or grab a block. I'm going to grab a block. If you have taken my advice, finally, oh, I get to sneak my coffee too. Bonus. So you can hold this block behind your right heel and hold it down with your fingertips, because the more we can straighten the right leg and the more we can straighten the spine, the more tension we have on the right posterior line. That's a line from your right shoulder blade to the back of your right knee. Now press into your big toe, your right big toe. Lift your left heel, and your back leg can be bent or straight. The more you bend your left knee, the more you change the angle in your hip and the more tension you bring into that posterior line. So by bending the knee, we really also have to work to try to pull the collarbones away from the hips and pull the groin back. And now, yay, we're going to release and turn 180 degrees and lower the right knee down. So if you look to your left, wherever that screen was, that's where that screen still is, so that you can see the screen when we rotate. So we're now facing the back of the mat. Take a moment to catch your breath, because breath really is the practice. And all of the asanas are what fine-tune the body to make it stronger and a healthy vehicle, so that there's less turbulence, there's less for the mind to worry about besides our health. And hopefully, we're also training our mind not to worry, but to respond. Let's do it. Plant the right hand, lift the right knee, and when you're ready, take both hands into the air and come into your Anjaneyasana. Pull your left hip back by dialing your right inner thigh back. Lift the right heel. And remember, we want weight in the front heel. That's your left heel. We're not trying to take it off the forefoot. We're just trying to put weight of our body in the left foot, in the big toe, and the heel. And the heel. Join your palms and draw your thumbs back and your groin back. Keep your eyes forward instead of looking up. We want the heart to go up. Bring your thumbs down to your sternum. Lean forward over your left leg and turn to your left. Now, if you place the elbow on the knee, you have leverage. And leverage means that you're going to use a different set of muscles to rotate than the ones that actually cause rotation. So we find those here by not dropping elbow to knee and pushing elbow to knee or left hand to right. You can bend the right knee if you want to work harder. But we're trying to keep breathing, and we're trying to keep moving. Untwist and reach down. Grab your block if you have it. If you don't have a block, you can stack your hands like pancakes on your left shin just under the kneecap. And if that's intense for you, remember, it becomes less intense by planting the back heel and stepping the feet closer together and sliding the hands up the left leg. So it can look like a lot of things, guys. It doesn't have to look like my pose. And if we were in the studio, it doesn't have to look like anybody else's pose. Again, we are after, in our asana practice, breath awareness, body awareness. We're trying to achieve range of motion, better motor control by focusing very powerfully on what the body is doing when we bend joints and distribute load. Take one more breath. And release. Slide that block out to the side if you have it. Step back. Left foot to right. And come into down dog or crouching cat. Step your feet together. We're slowly going to turn heels to the right and take left hand off the floor. I'm pushing my knees towards the long edge of the mat and drawing left knee towards chest. I don't know what I'm hearing right now. This is super weird. Oh my God. Tiny Diamond, everybody. Is that Tiny Diamond? That's Tiny Diamond. Thanks a lot. Okay, so this is a perfect example of how life is full of big distractions. Some are cuter than others. Release. Lower the knees. That's my amazing, super funny daughter. Catch your breath. It's a strange time but it's also a great time. We find whatever we're looking for. And if we're looking for gratitude, if we're looking for reasons why it's a beautiful day, we'll find them. And sometimes they show up when you least expect it, just like my daughter. Let's do the other side, shall we? Plant those hands, lift your knees, step your feet together, slowly turn your heels to your left. So I'm keeping my knees bent and my feet flat on the floor. And a great modification, sorry guys, because I made you turn away from wherever your screen is, you can lower your left knee down. Place your left knee down, and you could still do this side twist, because if you're pushing your left hand into the floor to support body weight, you're strengthening those left obliques. And we're going to just take this as far as we can today. You can draw right knee to chest maybe. Reach with the right hand, straighten the right leg, point the big toe, maybe lift the left heel. Release. Step back, crouching cat or down dog. Lower your knees for a second and place your hands on your hips or thighs. We're going to turn back to the screen to do another open hip set of poses. Step your right foot forward and turn left 90. Rise up, facing forward again. Turn the right foot out. Last time we were in this position with a warrior stance, right leg out. We did warrior 2 and triangle, right? So we're going to throw in a deeper triangle and a reverse. Tilt the pelvis. Maybe you're new to the practice of yoga. You don't need this mat, you don't need this block, you don't need a cute outfit. You need the will to stand up and move your body and try to balance and try to breathe. You can always step your feet closer together. You can always, as a nice option, guys, you could place your elbow on your knee. But if you want to go deeper, place your left hand on the side of your head. Place your right hand on the floor next to the arch of your foot. And slowly lift your left elbow away from your left knee. So you're looking over the short edge of your mat in front of your right foot. And now straighten your right leg slowly. Bend your left knee as your right leg straightens and slide your right hand along the floor. Pull your left armpit back and just keep trying to look away from your left knee bending. Pull your groin away from the screen so that you're trying to stick your butt out over the long edge of the mat behind you. And then slowly release, lunge into the right knee, left leg straight, left hand to the hip, right hand reaches for the sky, and lower left shoulder to left hip. You can place your hand on your hip. You can be in a shallower stance. You can be reaching for the ceiling instead of the opposite wall. So if your pose at home doesn't look like this one, but you're moving your body and you're challenging yourself to breathe well while you do that, you're doing really good work. One more inhale and release. Now we're doing those same two poses on the other side. The right foot turns in, the left foot turns out. And let's start with some more basic triangles. You can always step the feet closer together. You can rest your hand. So anything that causes tension from the back of your left knee to your right armpit, that's what we're after here. And when we go after that, the amazing thing about yoga is there's so much synergy because all of this connective tissue is connected, right? So creating tension on one area of the body helps to move remove the connective tissue in every other part. Everything is impacted and affected by everything else. You ever place your elbow to your knee? Let's start there. You ever get really tangled up in your sheets in your bed and you're tossing and turning, sleeping weird, and you're just caught up? Well, that's so much of what we're trying to do. Fascia can get stuck. And that's sort of a bag that holds all of our muscles together, and then bags and bags and bags and bags. Left hand to the floor if you can. So when we move deliberately with the idea of exploration, and the one thing we want to leave off of the mat or the practice, if we don't have a mat, maybe you're just doing this on carpet, is judgment. Slide your left foot back, left leg straightens, right knee bends, right hand to the side of the head. This is if you want to go deep today, guys. Now turn your chest away from the floor. Pull your groin back, stick your butt out behind the long edge of your mat, behind your left outer foot, the left pinky toe. Keep lifting right elbow away from right bending knee. You're trying to look away from your right knee bending, but pull the groin back for more, groin back for more, and slowly release. Right leg straightens, left knee bends. Right hand to the hip, left hand to the sky. Now look at that left foot, point your left knee over your left toes, and slowly reach your left hand away from your left knee. This gets easier when you bend your left elbow like you're going to place your hand on your head. It gets easier when you straighten your left leg. That tension dilutes. To push into it, bend the knee, straighten the left arm. Left knee bent, left arm straight, right shoulder down. Take a deep breath. Cartwheel your hands and step back. Left foot to right, back into crouching cat or downward facing dog. Grip your mat with your fingertips. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee down. We're going to leave the left hand on the floor next to the right foot. Reach up with your right hand. This is your base position, okay? So if practice is new to you, let's start here. And let's lift away from the floor in steps if you want to take further steps, okay? Lift the left knee. Notice both my knees are still bent. And then I'm going to straighten the right leg and slide left hand back. You can straighten the back leg and step the left hand forward. This is fine. But when I rotate my chest, my hips are going to turn with my chest. And by bending the left knee, I can affect how much I'm preventing my hips from turning with my chest. And then release it. We're going to walk the hands 180 degrees left and lower the right knee down into knight's position facing the other edge of the mat. And we're just simply going to do the other side, okay? So right hand is on the floor next to your left foot. Reach your left hand up. Maybe this is where you're at today, and maybe you can't even get off the couch today. Maybe it's a joint issue. Maybe you're not feeling well. So I was really thinking today about how grateful I am that we have all the technology to bring us together even though we're separated. I'm grateful for all the technology to keep people healthy. We want more ventilators, more hospitals. Lift the right knee if you want more, but keep it bent. And straighten the left leg. Maybe straighten your right leg. That'll lift your hips up. And bending the knee pulls them down and back. Remember, typically when we're lunging, one foot is always holding our mat down One foot's trying to slide it out from under us. In this case, you're trying to slide your mat forward with your left foot and hold it down with your right foot. Release. Step your left foot back, press back into crouching cat or downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and rise up facing the long edge of your mat. So we've turned again to the top, the right foot's going to turn out. And now let's focus a little bit more on balance. So since we've worked to open up the hips, and everything is a natural progression of the thing that came before it and the thing that comes after it, making the most sense. So our body's never surprised, really, by what we're asking it to do. Place your right hand on your knee and bend your knee and slide your left foot forward. And if you can, lift your left heel. And if you can, lift your left big toe. And then if you can, keep lifting your left leg and possibly straightening your right leg. And maybe sliding your hand down your shin or leaving it at your knee or holding onto a table or placing your block on the floor under your hand. Turn the chest away from the floor to the wall. Take one more deep breath and bend your right knee, lower your left foot. You don't have to step all the way to the back of your mat. You're trying to place your left foot down softly. Everything done with motor control. Now turn the feet so you're facing the other side of your mat, or your left foot is. Left hand on your knee. Slide your right foot forward and lift the heel, maybe the big toe. And maybe this is as much challenge as you can bring to your body today. Well, thank God we brought that. Anything more is a nice bonus. Keep turning the chest, lifting the right ankle, pointing the right big toe. And keep trying to turn your head too. From the floor to the wall. And hopefully release more gracefully than I did. And that's why I love it live versus fixing everything in post-production so you think I had a perfect, flawless practice. So standing on both feet again, point your toes at the corners of your mat and squat down. Hands on the inside of the knees, fingers spill over the thighs like icicles off a house. Stick out your butt, press your chest forward. Slowly turn to your right and push your left knee away. Switch sides, look to your left. And that means my right arm straightens to push my right knee away from my belly. And release, rise up. Now, I'm going to turn to the top of the mat. I'm going to encourage you to do the same so that we can see from the top of the mat what we typically consider the top of the mat. I'm standing toes pointed forward. Reach both hands out. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your arms across your chest, left arm under the right. Left arm under the right. Bend your elbows. Now, you may not have a phone attached to your arm. So here's what could happen. My shoulders are tight. One hand can't reach the other, right? That's fine. Grab your opposite shoulder. Give yourself a hug. It's that look of, you know, when you were in 8th grade, like pretending like you were making out with somebody. It looks like this. Okay. So this is a nice, give your heart a hug. And if you can get the elbows to cross, then see if you can put your fingers in your opposite palm like you could golf clap. And you could also grab the thumb if you can get a hold of that, okay? Either way, everybody squat down. I'm going to come into a more simpler option for the shoulder just so hopefully I cause less mic problems. And left leg crosses over the right. And then it looks like you have to pee really bad. Squeeze your thighs together because this pose is super effective if you have to pee really bad. And release. Plant your left foot, reach your hands out, take a deep breath in like you're going to hug the whole world. This time, right arm under the left, bend the elbows, and if you can't get one hand to find the other, grab your opposite shoulder, hug the heart. And if you can, hook the thumb, put the fingers in the palm. Squat down, and then slowly shift the weight to the left foot, and take right foot up and over, and reach your foot for the back of your calf, and it'll either get there or it won't. Right hip is not having a great time this morning, you know? So I don't spend the entire time just trying to get that fucking foot, get over there, right? At some point, I'm just gonna decide I wanna focus on the balance, focus on the breath, and so I can just try to press right outer ankle to left outer calf. And release. Now I'm going to bind my hands behind my butt, and I'm going to switch to the other camera so that you can see that what I'm going to try to do is not grab my foot. That's why I've grabbed my other hand, so I can't grab my foot. All right? I'm going to step back here to the center. Now I want you to lift your left heel and try to touch knuckle to heels, or heel to knuckles. And it doesn't matter if they can touch or not, just bow forward. And release. Other side. But first, take your hands, slide your thumbs over your ears, and lift your chin away from your chest. Look up at the ceiling. Don't try to look behind you. Don't thrust your pelvis forward, please. We're trying to back bend in a place besides the lumbar so the groin goes back and the heart goes up. And then slowly release. Now let's do the other side there. Bind your hands. Squeeze your palms. So you can see from the side, guys, that when I try to squeeze my palms together and even press my thumbs against my tailbone, my elbows draw back, my chest opens and spreads. Now I'm going to lift right heel towards my butt. I'm trying to touch the bottom of my right foot to the ceiling, and then my knuckles reach back for the heel, and then bow forward. And release. Hands on your thighs. Slide them down. Bending the knees slightly, sticking out the butt. It feels like we're preparing to do a deadlift. Hands are sliding down, and fingertips are okay. We've got the hopefully sound back on, and I have again failed to have a perfect class where something didn't go wrong. Now, if you're still on your mat, then all I want you to do is take a seat on your mat with your feet facing one of the short sides. We can always improvise, right, Kelly? So the battery died on my remote microphone. And I recall at some point finishing class yesterday and thinking to myself, I should charge my my portable mic. Yeah, and then I just went about my day. So you're seated on your mat, right? With your toes pointing forward, legs are straight. I want you to just grab your butt cheeks, pull them back, and slowly hinge forward. Walk your hands down your thighs to the knees. And if that feels good, go past the knees to the calves. And if that feels good, keep going, hinging forward into a forward fold. Backup plans. It's always good to have a backup plan. Now fold your legs in front of you, bend the knees, draw the knees out, slide the feet in front of your groin so you're in a seated meditation pose. And we can very easily demo that for all of you. Thanks, Barbie. Thanks, Barbie. Here you are in Sukhasana pose. Okay? Now you're slowly going to reach forward and hinge over your hips. You're trying to place your hands on the floor in front of your shins and let your head hang down. Sorry, Barbie. I'm not trying to. This is an adjustment on a Barbie that I would never give a student in class. But, like, come on, get over. You're our only hope, Barbie. People need to see. There we go. Now walk your hands over to your right. Barbie's not nearly as articulated as one would have hoped. So you're trying to turn your heart to your right knee and slide your hands along the floor to get your heart closer to your right knee. Barbie, you're great at leading meditation, but you've really got some issues. How are you feeling? Use your voice with me. Now everybody come back up if you haven't already. And if your right foot was in front or your left foot, switch them. There we go. So you switch whichever foot was in front and whichever one was closer to your groin. Now walk your hands forward and then walk your hands to your left. Oh my God. This is going to go down as a weird, fun one, I hope. Keep walking your hands away from your right glute. Your right glute might come off the floor. Maybe try to press it back down. If it doesn't get back to the floor, then at least we put that effort into trying to create more space on the right side body. That's your right hand on the floor, somewhere as far away from your right butt cheek as possible. Now, go ahead and lie down on your back. Take a deep breath. Slide your right foot back. Scoot your butt 3 inches to the right. And with your left hand, guide your right knee across your body. Turn your head to the right and gaze into the palm of your right hand. Breathe deep. Release your right knee, plant your foot, slide your right foot forward until your leg is straight. Scoot your butt 3 inches left of center. Bend your left knee and guide it with your right hand across your hips. Reach your left hand left. And turn your head so you can look into your left palm. Or close your eyes. Take one more deep breath while I make literally make a sticky pad note to charge the microphone. That's a good thing. Another list of my checklist. Release. Come into Shavasana. That means just lie back. Step your feet apart. Create a little bit more comfort for your pelvis. And let your toes fall out. Rest your palms at your sides. Tuck your shoulder blades a half inch closer to your spine. Make your neck a little longer. And relax your jaw. And take a deep breath. Because it's all gonna be okay. I got to admit, guys, some moments I'm utterly terrified. And when I breathe, we learn the difference between excitement and fear. Fear is a stifling of the breath. But if we breathe, we're inviting in life itself. And life always finds a way. And despite the challenges, the hurdles, and what I don't think we can really even grasp yet is the tectonic shift in society taking place. Things are changing in a way that I don't think they're ever going to go back to being the same. This is one of the biggest challenges our country's faced in 100 years. Depending on, the biggest challenges, what you consider World War I, World War II, Great Depression, and other pandemics. So I hope you'll take a little bit of time whenever you're watching or listening to this video to practice, to breathe, to appreciate your body, to appreciate your breath and your health that you have today. And I want to thank you guys for sticking with me this long today and bearing with all of the issues. And I wish you a restful, peaceful, healthy day. I'm always here at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And we will always appreciate your support on Patreon or on the Cash App. And I'm just going to leave you with that. I wish you all well. Have a great day, everybody.